Hello, this is Troy from Dashcam Owners Australia, bringing you another Dashcam review. This is review number 2 of 3 I am doing for Kaiser Baas. The current camera I'm reviewing is the Kaiser Baas R20. I reviewed the R30 last week. I'll put a link in the videos if you want to check out that. The R20 is the middle of the range unit, coming in at $249 recommended retail. It also features 1296p recording, GPS, 135-degree angle lens, and a G sensor as standard. What I'll do now is just open up the box and show you what comes with this package. Pictured here is everything that comes with this unit, including a twin USB 12-volt adapter, a power cable, cable clips, the mounting bracket, of course the camera itself, a USB lead for connecting it to a computer, a warranty card, and a user manual. What I'll show you now is just a few different angles of the camera, just so you get an idea of the general layout and what buttons and features it has. Starting with the rear of the camera, we have our 4 main buttons, as well as a nice crisp 2.7-inch LCD screen. Moving to the top of the unit, we have our mounting bracket area, which is also a standard tripod mount. On the right side of the camera, we have our power connection, as well as our HDMI output for connecting to a television or monitor, and our USB connection for connecting to a computer. And finally, along the bottom of the unit, we have our memory card slot, as well as our microphone. Moving on now, here's an image of the camera with the included 3M double-sided tape mount, and just as a comparison shot, I have it here next to a standard size business card, just to give you an idea of what the camera size is like. And just quickly, a few images of the camera mounted in my car. As you can see, it fits quite nicely just behind my rear vision mirror. There you go as well, not too standoutish, and doesn't impede the driver's vision whatsoever when mounted. Now in a moment I'm going to run through the menus on this camera, but first I thought I'd show you the standard screen on this camera when it's operating. As you can see, top left is for your video playback, bottom left is for the picture mode, top right is for the camera settings, and bottom right is for the event recording. I'll start off with the camera settings, in which there are 3 main sub-menus. The first menu being the video settings. I will start off with the video resolution options. Now in the video resolution options there are 3 main types. We got 1296p, 1080p and 720p as our options. Now in the recording durations we have 3, 5 and 10 minutes. 10 minutes isn't available in 1296p. Now our main camera options, which give us our screensaver volume, stuff like that, I'll go through them now. Starting off with our screensaver durations, which are 30 second, 1 minute or 3 minute. Now that's how quickly the camera goes into screensaver mode. The next menu is our screensaver type. We can turn it to have the display turn off, or we can have time or direction show as the screensaver. This is what it looks like with the time set as your screensaver, so that'll kick in either in that 30 seconds, 1 minute or 3 minutes. And here's your GPS, which works as a sort of compass. I would like to see Kaiser Baas potentially implement this feature to show the speed. I think that would be a nice addition to this camera. Moving on, we have our sensitivity for the G sensor. As you see, low, mid, high or off. I personally have it set to off. Now the next menu is our voice guide options. You can have that set to on and off. The voice guide just gives you an audible warning when the camera starts up and starts recording. And here is the final menu of options. It gives us our options for language, setting the date and time, formatting the memory card, reverting to default settings, and the device information, which I will show to you now. There you have it. Now we'll get stuck into some actual video footage. Just before we do, I must say as usual that the footage you're about to see may not represent what it actually looked like when I recorded, due to factors such as YouTube and my editing software. Alright, we'll start out with mid-morning, nice sunny day with a bit of scattered cloud. And as you can see, just like the R30, the camera's doing a very nice job with the quality. The colours are very vibrant. It's picking up even the colours in the sky, which is something you won't see a lot of dash cams do. It'll normally just totally brighten out the sky as it tries to focus on other items. Here's just another example of this camera in similar conditions to the last clip. Just thought I'd throw it in because it's something a bit different. But as you can see, the camera does a really nice job of picking up lots of detail. And I just really love the way that it even picks up all the reflections off the water. It's got a very good detail with this quality. Unfortunately, it's sort of ruined by the reflection of my coffee cup in the window, but nonetheless, I still like this as an example for the quality of this camera. Now we'll just move on to some sort of late afternoon footage just so you get an idea of what the camera's like in darker conditions. Okay, here we are about 7:40 at night, so the sun's going down, just a little bit of light left in the sky. As you can see, it hasn't really affected the camera whatsoever. It's still doing a very nice job of pulling the lighting out of the scene, giving you good detail wherever it can. And while I'm at it, I'll just give you a demonstration of the microphone on this particular model. I'll just take the opportunity now to say a few words just so you get an idea of what the microphones are like in this particular camera. Once again, just doing 80k an hour, windows up, radio off, so I'm hoping that my voice should be coming through relatively clearly. Now I'm just going to drop one of the car windows down just so you get a bit of wind noise in, just to see how it handles it. Here we go. Now moving into some proper nighttime footage, you see the camera still does quite a nice job here. I can clearly read the license plate of the car in front, and as we move up the street where we see a lot of the businesses have their lights on, you'll see a lot of detail there. Now this camera has a very respectable nighttime recording, definitely on par with most cameras in this price range. What I'll do now is I'll change to a clip of an unlit highway, just so you get an idea of what this camera does with no lighting to work off. Now, as you can probably see, things have definitely got a lot darker without any street lights, but this is pretty much going to be on par with any camera in these types of conditions. Don't expect to see much more at night. Now, as you may have noticed with the footage I've been showing you, there is no speedometer imprinted onto the footage, and as I did say, this is a GPS enabled camera. You may be wondering why that is. Well, at the moment, these cameras do not have an option to show the speed on the actual video. As of the time of filming, it's only available via the included software with this camera. Same case goes for the R30 if you watch that review. You could only get the speed through the actual included software. And as I mentioned on that video, I did suggest to Kaiser Baas to perhaps, in a future update, make it an option, or at least give us an option to export the videos through their program with the speed and direction included onto that exported video. Overall, I've been very happy with this camera. I definitely like the size. It's a good form factor to it, not too large, just right for most Australian cars. The video quality, that 1296p quality, really, you can't go wrong with that. And I do like those little screensaver options, but as I mentioned, I would love to see an option added there for the speedo. I think that'd be something that'd get me to mount it just a bit lower of my rear view mirror, so I'd have a digital speedo. That'd seem like a good option to me. And as for dislikes with this camera, the only thing I could come up with was there's no option to show the speed on the video. Apart from that, I can't fault this camera on anything, so it's definitely worth having a look at if you're after a GPS enabled camera. I thank you for watching this review. This is Troy from Dashcam Owners Australia signing out.